In the beginning, there was God, and He had a wonderful plan, you and me. He made a perfect world filled with beauty and placed people at its heart to walk with Him. God gave one rule: to trust Him, His word, and not eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. But Lucifer, the fallen angel, disguised as a snake, whispered lies, and Eve and Adam broke their trust in their Creator. The world shattered, and people hid from God. Yet, even then, God had a divine plan to rescue lost humanity. His love would find a way to renew the heart of man and restore what had been lost by sin. God still loved His people, even after they ran from Him. Sin had to be paid for, so God showed them a way. Bring a perfect lamb as a sacrifice. This was a picture. Sin leads to death, but something so innocent as a lamb could take their place. For generations, people brought sacrifices to God, but these were only shadows of something greater to come. Every lamb was a whisper of a promise. One day, God would send the real sacrifice, the perfect lamb, His own Son. Prophets reminded the people a Savior would come, a King born in Bethlehem, gentle and kind, who would heal and be a friend, a Savior to the lonely and broken-hearted. But He would also suffer, taking away the world's sin. By His death, He would redeem man from a world of sin. The people waited, sometimes forgetting, but God never forgot His promise. He was preparing the world for the greatest gift ever. The darkness would break and the light would come, not with armies, but with a tiny baby. The plan of redemption began at the fall of man. Prophecy foretold the birth of Jesus and His death, resurrection and ministry in heaven. Hope was on the horizon. The world held its breath. The promise was about to be fulfilled. The true Lamb was coming. At the perfect time, God sent the angel Gabriel to Mary in Nazareth. He told her, "Don't be afraid, Mary. You'll conceive a son. His name will be called Jesus, for He shall save His people from their sins." God's Son, the eternal King, would walk among His own children. Mary trusted God and said yes. She and Joseph traveled to Bethlehem, just as the prophets had said. With no room in the inns, Jesus was born in a humble stable, laid in a manger. That night, angels appeared to shepherds, announcing, "A Savior is born. Go, find Him in a manger." The sky filled with angels singing praise. The shepherds hurried to see the baby king. Far away, wise men followed a special star to Jesus, bringing gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Even as a child, Jesus was recognized as king, priest, and the one who would die for us. The world's Redeemer had arrived. God's promise was fulfilled in the Messiah that had come. The story of redemption was alive in Bethlehem. The King was here. Jesus grew up, not just any man, but God's Son in fallen human form, just as we are in our fallen nature, but without sin, perfect and full of love for fallen man. He came. He showed people what God is really like, a loving Father who wants His children back and who in His power can keep them from sinning. At 30, Jesus began His special work, teaching about God's kingdom and telling stories of love and forgiveness. He welcomed everyone, especially the poor, lonely, and forgotten. Jesus didn't just talk about love. He showed it with miracles. He healed the blind, the deaf, the lame, and even raised the dead. He fed thousands with a few loaves and fish. These miracles were signs. Jesus was the Savior, pushing back darkness and healing what sin had broken. He invited everyone to follow Him and be part of God's new family. But the most important part of His mission was still ahead. He had come to be the perfect Lamb, the true sacrifice, and die in place of sinful man. The world's hope rested on what He would do next. The rescue was reaching its climax. Everything was about to change. The heart of God's rescue plan was also the hardest part. Jesus came to die. The leaders rejected Him, and He was nailed to a cross. On the cross, Jesus took all the world's sin and its punishment. He was the perfect Lamb, giving His life for us. As He died, the sky grew dark, but God's love shone brighter than ever. Jesus' friends buried Him in a tomb, thinking it was the end. But on the third day, the stone was rolled away. Jesus was alive. He had beaten sin and death forever. Jesus appeared to his friends, proving he was alive, and told them to share the good news. Now anyone who believes in Jesus can be forgiven and become God's child. This is the greatest gift, a forever friendship with God. Jesus promised to return as King to make a new perfect world. In that world there will be no more sadness, tears, or goodbyes. God's love wins in the end. The rescue is complete. The story is for everyone. Will you be part of it?